Yo, what up, though? So you all seen the Packers lose Monday night against the New York Giants, man. I kind of figured the Packers was gonna lose to the Giants just because it's a road game, Monday night football. The Giants coming off a bye week, and plus the Packers just a young team, and it probably gonna be too much for the Packers to beat the Giants. But the Packers still hold the number 7 seed in the NFC playoff race for right now. But the division is still between the Vikings and the Lions, man. The Lions lost to the Bears on Sunday, and the Minnesota Vikings beat the Raiders on Sunday. So the Minnesota Vikings is only 2 games behind the Detroit Lions. If the Lions was to fall to the Broncos this weekend and the Vikings was to beat the Bengals this weekend, the Vikings will only be 1 game behind the Detroit Lions for the NFC North, man. And they have a big matchup next weekend on Christmas Eve, man. The Vikings and Lions will be playing mainly for the division, but they also play each other again in Week 18 at Detroit. So the Minnesota Vikings really have to win out to win the division. And basically, the Detroit Lions have to win out to win the division. They both control their own destiny. Whoever fall to each other and other teams will lose. The Detroit Lions, though, got a harder stretch than the Vikings, if you ask me. Because the Lions got the Broncos coming up, the Vikings twice, and they also play the Dallas Cowboys. So that's going to be a big game for the Lions right there, though. And if the Lions were to go 1-3 or 0-4 in the next 4 games, they won't win the NFC North. But it's a lot of football still left to be played. But the Lions' offense ain't been looking too good, and their defense already been raggedy. So I don't know. The game against Denver Broncos is gonna be a big important game for the Lions, man. If they was to fall to the Broncos and the Vikings was to beat the Bengals on Saturday, I can probably lean toward the Lions lose the NFC North just because they team fell apart. And if the Vikings was to beat the Bengals, it because the Vikings offense then got back on track. The Vikings had to meet a top 5 defense in the NFL. The Minnesota Vikings defense been playing real good this whole season for real. And they been getting better week after week in the NFL if you really follow football and know football. That's why I said if the Lions fall to the Broncos and the Vikings win Saturday, I'm leaning toward the Vikings taking the division back from the Detroit Lions, even though they never lost it because the Vikings were division champs last year, though. But the Lions was so ahead of the rest of the NFC North in the beginning of the season. It's crazy. I'm even making this video saying this, but in the NFL, man, shit happen fast and shit happen overnight, man. And this might be too big for the Detroit Lions right now. But we're gonna see what happened this weekend, man. And the Bears been looking nice on defense. The Bears defense is okay, man. I just feel like the Bears need a better OC or head coach and a better quarterback, and the Bears will be an okay football team, man. Because they got some nice defense, man. Them people they brought in free agency, all them linebackers, it paying off. Because you could tell they defense is way better, man. So we gonna see what happened this weekend, man. Because the Lions and the Vikings both got an important game this weekend on Saturday, man. We gonna see who win and who gonna get closer to the division and who might push away from keeping the division. So we gonna see what happens Saturday, man. But y'all let me know in the comment section below, man. Do y'all feel like the Green Bay Packers will make the playoffs, and who will win the NFC North, the Lions or the Vikings? The Packers blew their chance by losing to the Giants, so they just hope they can hold on to a wild card spot. But y'all let me know in the comment section below, man. Who will win the NFC North?